This has got to be the most complicated job I think we've ever gotten.
Okay, I've written everything down just to make sense of it. Does this look right, Ranger?
I think that's all the information we know, yeah.
Okay, so our client wanted us to find her parents, the people who raised her in her small village, who were visiting a kingdom. We went to said kingdom to try and find them.
Okay, yeah, started off normal.
As we were asking around, we were also saying our client's name, which ended up getting the attention of certain people because that was also the name of a noble's daughter.
Which was interesting because our client had a very unique name.
Right? Anyways, so we end up finding our client's parents, we end up telling them she's worried about them, and as we were explaining what we were doing in the kingdom, they ended up getting very worried and said they needed to go home immediately.
At first, I thought that was normal. I thought they were just worried about their daughter.
I think they were, just for a different reason. Moving on, not long after, we end up meeting said nobles, whose daughter's name is also the same as our client's, and it turns out that our client is actually their daughter.
And the parents who raised her in that small town were actually previous employees from said nobles.
Yeah, at first I thought this was a kidnapping situation until the nobles explained that they actually ordered them to take their daughter for her own safety.
Because the nobles had extended family that wanted to use their daughter, our client, as a way of stealing a massive inheritance.
Are you guys thinking what I'm thinking?
That we might have, quite possibly, just put our client in danger?
Yeah.
This job just turned from something mundane to something exciting. I'll go get my crossbow ready. You do that. We're heading back as quickly as possible.
Agreed. But still, what a scenario. This feels like a fantasy storybook setting.
Oh, you mean the person who thought the mundane people who raised them were their parents, but it was actually different, more interesting people who were instead type? Yeah, I had that fantasy when I was younger. What? You're royalty. How much more interesting can you get? Hey, every child has that fantasy.
Guys, shouldn't we be focusing on this right now? Considering she's still our client?
Right, business mode. Let's get to it.